Good morning. We're at the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center in the White Mountains of New Hampshire again. Out for a 5-day hike this time. On the Appalachian Trail, going to go from here in Pinkham Notch up to Grafton Notch. We'll go over the particulars later. Not to Grafton, yes, to Grafton Notch. So it's a short day today, so we're getting a late start. It's just after 10. Parking lot here is full. I hope I am in a legal parking spot. What we're mostly doing today is going up Wildcat Mountain, which has several peaks, and on to Carter Notch Hut, and then a little bit beyond that on the Wildcat River Trail to find a place to camp for the night. So, hope you come along for the hike. Should be fun. Good weather. Well, it's now 10 after 11, and we've reached the end of the Lost Pond Trail and reached the Wildcat Ridge Trail, which is also the Appalachian Trail. Well, we've been on the Appalachian Trail, actually. So, we're going to go, the next known point is 2 miles from here. It's the summit station of the Wildcat ski area. 2 miles, 2 hours and 8 minutes, and we'll go over the Wildcat E to get there. So, it should be a good climb. Well, after scrambling up the rock chimney, that was the last still, we arrive on some ledges which give us some very nice views. The tallest one, I don't know if you can see the towers on top, is Washington, and the rest of that is probably more of Washington. That's Tuckerman's Ravine, probably, kind of almost behind the tree, and I don't know what this would be. Eisenhower. I should stop guessing. Anyway, and down below is Route 16. Pinkham Notch would be up that way just a little bit, because we've come a little south. Well, on we go. So we got to the top of the ski lift at about 1:30, which is actually a little slower than book time, by 10 minutes or so. No real reason that I can think of. And what we have now is an hour and a half, a couple more miles of going over the rest of the Wildcats. And there'll be some views along the way. Out in the open, there's quite a bit of wind, so that's why I didn't do a movie down at the top of the ski lift. That and all the people hanging around would have made me feel awkward. So the weather continues to be gorgeous, and we're doing well, and it's a beautiful day to be in the woods. I hope you enjoyed those pictures of the presidentials. It's just a gorgeous view, and they're having one of their rare clear days up on top of Washington. So Hope those people, and it's a Sunday, so it's probably packed. Down in Pinkham, I forgot it was Sunday, and so there'd be a lot of people here enjoying the day, because it's a great day. But I got literally the last parking space in the Pinkham Notch parking lot. That's a pretty big parking lot. I don't know what would have happened if I'd shown up 3 minutes later. Would have had to change plans somehow. Anyway, on we go. So it's about 4 o'clock and we are at camp. We'll go over more of today's hike in detail, pull out the map. Where we are is near Carter Notch Hut, down a little bit the Wildcat River Trail, which we did on an earlier hike, and just outside of the camping exclusion zone, there's well, a little camping site. And since this isn't a wilderness area and we're outside of the exclusion zone, I think that the fact that it's right off the trail isn't a violation of the rules. But we're going to use it whether it is or not. So it's not a big area. There's a couple of fire rings in it, a couple of places to put tents that aren't that great. I'm going to actually, I kind of hate to do this, but I'm going to take what looks like the best tent site and use it for the hammock. So I'm going to go between that tree and that tree. They're both about 6 inches and 6 paces apart. We're probably going to lose the sun early, so I'm going to get started. Well, we had a change of plans on the hammock and tarp setup. We, well, reconsidered using the only decent tent site to put the hammock up and found this other spot that will work, and actually it has bigger trees, so works out better in the end. So we're all set up. And we've changed into some camp clothes. And here's a strange thing. That makes hiking in cool weather sometimes inconvenient for me. I have a tendency for my fingers to go numb at reasonably warm temperatures. So the temperature is about 58 now. It was in the low 60s most of the day. And I'm wearing most of the clothes I've got with me. And I don't feel cold at all, but my fingers are just numb. So there's some things I'd like to do that I can't do, like send a message home to my wife. I can't type, I don't think. We'll try if nothing gets better, but we've excuse my clumsy handling. We made ourselves a cup of tea, and maybe getting some hot liquids in me will help. And we're going to start to make dinner. So we're going to have shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Ingredients: shrimp, turkey kielbasa, onions, peppers, celery, long grain white rice, tomatoes, garlic, Cajun seasoning. So this is a Babelfish 5 recipe. And unlike most of his, there's a pre-soak, and then boil, and then post-soak. So we'll get started on that. Okay, so I've got the map here precariously balanced on a log. Best we're going to do for the time being. So we started here at Pinkham Notch and went right across Route 16 and picked up the Lost Pond Trail. and went down until we picked up the Wildcat Ridge Trail, and all of this is also the AT. And we made our way up, and up and up and up, and somewhere on here hit Wildcat E, and then shortly after dropped down a little bit and got to the top of the ski lift, and then continued on and got to Wildcat D, which at least I could identify because it had an observation platform, which I neglected to take a picture of. And then continued on, and somewhere here we went up and down and up and down, and I wasn't sure where Wildcat C and B were, but when you got to A, well, I took that shot where you look right down on the roof of the Grafton Notch hut buildings. There were actually several buildings, not one hut. Anyway, so we did all that. We mostly kept up with book time until this last descent, which was supposed to take, it was 3/4 of a mile. It was supposed to take 22 minutes and took us about twice that. Another one of those situations where a steep descent, you can't go very fast, and the book time doesn't take that into account. So we came down the Wildcat River Trail, then a 1/4 of a mile, just past the exclusion zone, and we're at that campsite there. Tomorrow, we're going up Carter Dome and other Carter things. South Carter, Middle Carter, North Carter, past Imp Shelter, and Mount Moriah, and Middle Moriah, and all the way down, going over the other side of the log, to the Rattle River Shelter. That's going to be a long day, so, but at least today wasn't a long day. Today was about 6 miles. So, dinner is ready. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, shrimp and sausage jambalaya. I put what I thought was going to be a lot of water in here, but it absorbed it all, so it's going to be a little drier, I guess, than I was expecting. I expected more soup-like, but this is good. This is good. Well, I guess I'll taste some. That is quite tasty. Thank you, Babblefish 5. Well, we've had dinner and cleaned up after. Had a little chocolate. Packed everything up in the air sack and took it up the trail a little ways to tie it to a tree. Brushed our teeth. Hung the backpack from the head end of the hammock. There's not very much left in it at this point. Oh, I should say that that the problem with my fingers was cured by a combination of that cup of hot tea, and I drank it while in several layers of fleece between my quilts, and between one and the other, that problem was cured, and it hasn't returned. I can feel. So it's a little after 6, and I guess we'll snuggle into our quilts and read our book. The problem that I had last time with the Kindle, where the battery was inexplicably drained to almost zero, it did not reoccur, so it's at 100. As it was when I left home, so it's still a mystery. Just so I'd have something to read as a fallback, I did bring a paperback novel as well. let's hope I can learn to trust the Kindle and leave the paperback behind at home in the future. And truth be known, I forgot to mention it while I was making the film on the last trip, the Kerrigan Hancock Loop, where I bagged out after one night. And all the reasons I gave were valid reasons, but one more reason was that I didn't have anything to read, which I would find intolerably boring, just hanging around in camp with, well, nothing to do. It's a little after 6, I think maybe I said. And that's so it's a long time.